Hi, with Mocienne. You know, a couple of days ago, I really had a very interesting conversation with a friend, and she told me something very surprising, and I think, oh, this is something I really want to talk about on my YouTube followers, and it was about J.K. Rowling's, about her story Harry Potter, and then she said to me that when people hear me saying that I am Michael Jackson's daughter, um, they are quite in shock because the story is not a fairy tale story. If my life was a fairy tale story and I was J.K. Rowling's and not Mocienne Petit Jackson, and I wrote this book about a girl saying Michael Jackson is her father, with all kind of things that I've been telling you in my YouTube following, YouTube channel, and the book that I have written, Truly Betrayal, A Two Little Dogs and a Land. Probably people would go and buy my book and read my book because the fairy tale is sounds very exciting. Exciting that someone wrote a mystical story about that Michael Jackson has a secret daughter. But because it's a fantasy, people don't have to take it for real. So don't, it's not scared to read it, or it's not a fact. So I said to my friend, yeah, you're right. If I said I wasn't real and that my life is just a story, just like Harry Potter, probably all Michael Jackson fans in the world, they will order my book and say, okay, why is this woman thinking that she's Michael Jackson's daughter? How did the story work? We want to know the fantasy, but because I'm real, people run away from it. So, so I said to her, you know what? First of all, I think J.K. Rowling is a witch. so, and so I think, but she doesn't have to confirm to the world that she's a witch. So she just wrote these amazing stories, Harry Potter. I like the books. I dislike the movies. The movies are very, very bad. I have no respect for one of them, but the writing is amazing. The translation in Dutch is really bad, and the English writing is perfect, more just phenomenal. And so in J.K. Rowling stories, everything is very clear to the world and to everyone that it's in fantasy, but in the world of Mocienne Petit Jackson, people knows that she's for real. I'm for real. I'm talking about real, and my life is not a fairy tale. But I think the comparison for my friend telling me about this extraordinary story that I want to share to the world about my father, and that everybody seems to be shocked about it, like, wow, can that exist? But then I was walking in the forest today doing my exercise, and then I realizing, whoa, it have taken absolutely Michael Jackson a decades to hide away his biggest secret. I mean, he's no longer here. He was murdered. He died. But I think as an angel, if he look above and he see me and thinking, oh my God, I did such an amazing thing in my life. Never share with the world that I'm a father of Mocienne Petit Jackson. And I was thinking about it today when I was walking, and I felt like I felt like, okay, Dad, you did an amazing job. Here you have the Oscar. You know how to hire a story. And does it make my life more difficult? I was thinking, no, doesn't it make my life difficult? Because if my father wasn't murdered and I didn't ask to be, that I didn't want to, that I didn't want recognition of my suffering, of what happened to me in kidnapping, then, and I would have been silent, then the world would not know that I exist. But I know if I would be silent and not go to court, that people were going to threat me all my life. All my life, I would keep receiving this phone calls, people threatening me, knowing that I am Michael Jackson's daughter. So lawyers writing me, knowing that they know that I'm Michael Jackson's daughter, and they will make my life a living hell, So for me, going to court in 2010 was really like, I need to save my life, and I need to make these people who call me from 2001 till 2003, threatening my life, that they know that I'm real secret of Michael Jackson, that they couldn't threaten me anymore. So I was walking and I thinking, the only reason that I went to court is to claim my inheritance, to make these people know, listen, I'm not going to be the topic of your threats, because nobody's going to see my story as an Harry Potter story, because I'm real. And you are not going to be the giant of the Harry Potter who want to destroy my life and work with Voldemort. That's not going to happen. I'm a real person. I will not be treated that way. So my friend talking about Harry Potter story and talking about my life, I thought it was so funny. So while walking in the forest, I really had to laugh hard. But in the same time, it's also so very sad. It's so very sad that this is my life. It's not sad that this is my life, but it's sad that um, if you think about it very long, you think, yes, yes. But you know what? I have the faith that in the end, people will really go order my book, Thriller Betrayal and Thriller The Dark Side of the Lens, and going to read it and understanding that, or I am a J.K. Rowling's, I am extraordinarily talented, that I can make up all these stories about Michael Jackson, or they will say, no, hell no, this is too perfect, too good to be real. She must be Michael Jackson's daughter. I have many times, I have scenarios about my life that I'm thinking, like, is Jermaine Jackson my father? Because I have come to a point that I don't, because my father is no longer alive, I will never know the real story surrounding my life. But I did come to a conclusion since my father died. So even when DNA proved Michael Jackson is not my father, and Jermaine Jackson is my father, or maybe he have find me on the street and whatever reason is behind it, I have strongly realized that this is not going to matter for me, because it doesn't change anything for me. The reason I have scars on my body, the reason that I had to bring my son to his father to be safe, is because people knows that I am Mocienne Petit Jackson, Michael Jackson's secret daughter. Just like Paris with her blonde hair and blue eye is Michael Jackson legally daughter. I don't take any bullshit from people saying that Paris Jackson is DNA daughter of my father, our father. I don't take that bullshit. I really do not take the bullshit. I have a biracial child. I have many people with biracial, and biracial people can have blue eyes and blonde hair. Yes, they can have all that, but not that blonde and not that occasion. So people who want to sell me that story, go bleep, bleep, bleep yourself. I'm not taking the shit. These are Michael Jackson's children, as I am his daughter, and he loved them very much, but don't sell it to me. Don't sell me the crap. Do not sell them to me. So even for Paris Jackson, I can imagine that she doesn't care who is her DNA related family, whatever. She is Michael Jackson's daughter. He is the only father that she knows. And for me, it's exactly the same story. You can also say that my father's three children, they are qualified to be in the Harry Potter series, just because they will be more believable, because Michael Jackson created this story, just like he created a story with me. So I think we all, as his children, we all fit in that Harry Potter story. Only that my story, the world didn't know when Michael Jackson created, while with Prince and Biggie and Paris, the world was there when he represent them as his children. But for me, he paid the media a lot of money to shut up. Every time some journalists threat him, whatever, Jackson took out the wallet and they pay for it so that the world will never know. And I have talked to journalists that have read articles that I was born in 1975. So I'm for real. I exist. So coming back to the Harry Potter story, it's very phenomenal to think about that. Now I'm thinking, okay. Then I was thinking, when I was walking in the forest, I was thinking, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I should have write this book in 2003 when my father was alive, coming to the media. So I should already bring it out because then he was alive. I could attack him for because let me be very honest to you. This whole thing about Michael Jackson and me, I find it very abusive. I feel absolutely abused by my father, Michael Jackson, um, because what I go through uh, as his secret daughter, I don't think it's normal. I mean, um, and I think he really have wasted a lot of time when he came back into my life. But this is Michael Jackson. This is what people hate about Michael Jackson, that artists are so self-absorbed that they don't realize they are narcissists. They don't think about what will be good for other people, and other people. Look, me, maybe you can even call me a narcissist because I wrote these very personal books about my life, Thriller Betrayal and Thriller the Dark Side, where I'm talking about my son. But not, look, I am realizing that my book, Thriller the Dark Side of Netherlands, it's not a nice book for my son to read. And the people around him that may read it, that they will say, "Oh, Joshua, your mother have write this book. What do you think of it?" So I have realized about that my book may affect my son, but I want my book to affect my son because I don't want my son to keep believing all these lies father have been telling him since he was 4. So I wrote my book very on purpose. Like, listen, Joshua, you are not going to bleep 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 f with me because I went to fucking hell to where you are today, that you have your college, that you can educate yourself, that you are the nice boy that you are. It have affect my career. So when I wrote the book Thriller the Dark Side, I knew very well what it was going to be for my son. And I was giving my son really a hard education of life about his mother life. And I did it very purpose, realizing what I did. So, but I think in Michael Jackson's situation, I don't think he ever think about me. I think he only think about me that, oh, this is my daughter. I want to keep my daughter safe, and I want my daughter to have what I have, and I didn't have. But he never made a plan for how would it be if I die and the world doesn't know yet 100% that my daughter is my daughter. I don't think Michael Jackson had think about it. And if he did, and he asked people to take care of it, then they have mistreat him because then they haven't done their work. But anyway, maybe my father was a guy, Michael Jackson. He works really a lot in time zone. He was a planner. So he planned a lot of things. So maybe, you know what, maybe my father planned, when my daughter is 55, you come forward. So he was a guy, he really planned something. But we will find out anyway. I'm fighting a system that he created. And sometimes, many times, I really feel it as abuse, really abusive. So when my friend was comparing my life with the Harry Potter story that J.K. Rowling wrote a book, Harry Potter, that everyone finds very fascinated because there are so many characters in Harry Potter. um, and it's a fantasy. People can be excited and read about it. But because my life is not a fantasy, people really have a hard time believing that I am Michael Jackson's daughter. So today when I was walking, I was really thinking about it. I was thinking, this is so interesting. This is so interesting. I really want to say something about this on my YouTube channel. And I created this book because I want more respect. In some religions, they say you are not allowed to ask for respect. But in my point of view, I really want to respect. I really want respect. Because the way that my name have been putting down for me just going to court in 2010, too painful. Too painful. I will say it again. The I compare it as the Kim Kardashian tape. Only she had more fun with Ray J in a video than I went lonely to court in 2010. So for me, it wasn't. It didn't have any fun. And Kim Kardashian, she doesn't have to be ashamed of it, because after that tape she became a millionaire, and she did a lot of reality show. I think she did an amazing job the way she handled it. Okay. I was offered also a reality show, but I didn't do it because my father was murdered. Will I do a reality show? Hell no. No, this is really serious. Kidnapping, being rape, abuse, political brutality throughout 38 years in my life, that's not a reality. It may be good qualities for a reality, but you don't do this in this kind of situation. Reality doesn't always mean the reality from people, real people. This is brutality. So my brutality cannot be reality. So yeah, okay, fine. I didn't do a reality show as Kim Kardashian did. Should I? No, I should. I shouldn't, and I couldn't, because my father was murdered, was still on trial to go. Do I regret it? No, I don't regret it. Did Kim Kardashian did better than me? She will always do it better than me, because she knows she loves money, and she is a totally different person than me. But I do want respect. I want respect because I want people to read my books, Trailer Betrayal, Trailer the Dogs and L.O.V.E, and I want them to write nice things about me on the internet. That's what I want. Why? Because I'm not a fantasy, and I am not such an amazing good writer as J.K. Rowling's, who can fantasize about things that happen to me. The horrible things that happened to me that I wrote in my book, Thriller Betrayal, Thriller the Dogs and Netherlands, they happened to me. And I still have so much things that I am keeping for myself. I still working on my last part of my book, is Thriller Resistance. And some people may think, we don't have to read the third part of Mocienne Petit Jackson autobiography. What's the woman doing? There's a big part of my life you don't see, you don't know. You can guess, but you really don't know. So, but I want respect. I want respect, and I want people to go on the internet and remove all the bad things people have been writing to me. I want them to tell me what to think about the book. I want them to tell them what to think about my YouTube channel. Tell them what to think about my Instagram, my cooking, my dancing. I want some positive things. I want all these horrible negative things that have been done to me by the media, by the press in 2010. I want them to be very far, far, far away on page 150. 150 on Google. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want people to go on the internet, click my story with a picture of Michael Jackson. So when Michael Jackson fans click on it, they see my book. They see my YouTube channel. This is what I want. Why? Because I deserve it. I was brutalized by the story that my father, Michael Jackson, created about me. And I wish that I could write my book in a fantasy book. That would be amazing. Maybe I could even call J.K. Rowling and ask her if I can have her last name. then I can be sister of J.K. Rowling's. Mocienne Rowling's. Look nice. And because my life is not a Harry Potter story, my life is real, and I really suffered. I suffered a lot because of this bleep 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 Michael Jackson, you know. But anyway, I still give my father the doubt. Maybe he have take care of something that I don't know, because father Michael Jackson was really a planner. This guy have been always planning all his life what he can. Even when he had prince and parents, you know, he planned it. Because if he didn't plan it, he would have give his sperm to Debbie Rowe, and he didn't. And everyone who want to think that Prince, parents, Biggie are his biological children, they are delusional. They can write it down, they can say it whatever they want, but you cannot sell it to me. You cannot sell it to me. And I think for the children, if you read the message, don't care. Don't care about DNA. Our Jackson DNA is not that good. So, don't care about it. Let it flow. In my eyes, Prince, parents, and Biggie are my father's children. That's it. I don't care what everyone said. That's it. I have to say many times my sister is blonde and another. Some people say, yeah, so if you are Michael Jackson daughter, oldest daughter, then Paris Jackson is you say, oh, yeah, she's my sister. Because let me tell you, DNA doesn't matter. It doesn't count. Just really don't count. But this fan keep you know, for me, that's it. I really want to say that, you know, what I want to say is that my father, Mike Jackson, he really planned that, and I want to say one nasty thing, and you know why? I know why. I know why my father decided not to use his own sperm with Debbie Rowe, because he knew she was a very mean person, you know. So she knew it. He knew she was really. If he would have children with Lisa Mary Presley, I know 100% he would have used his own sperm. But let me tell you one thing about life. Prince, Parents, and Biggie are my father's spiritual children. They were in God's hands, and they were born to be his children, and they were born to be my brother and sister. So if any of them hear this video, I do not want to hurt you. Prince, parents, Biggie, I do not want to hurt you. And I just want to tell you, DNA do not matter. Our father, I wish you had known him a little bit longer than I did. And you were wanted. That's it. You were wanted. You were loved. That's it. That's all I want you to remember about my dad. I'm sorry, our dad. That's all I want you to remember. So, but all the stupid people who like to talk about it, you know, that's not nice. I mean, parents, Prince and Biggie, they are smart enough to know the truth. That's it. And my father was a planner. I always say, and I am really mean it. I think my father only wants to have one DNA child because I'm a pain in the ass. Since the day I'm born, I was a pain in the ass. So, so Prince of Paris, you are better than me because you were no pain in the ass of my dad. So. Okay, I want to say to my YouTube followers, if you think that I'm a pain in the ass, you can write it. I will forgive you. I will forgive you. Okay, I will forgive you. Anyway, I want to say to my YouTube followers, J.K. Rowling's, you're the best. And I hope people will be interested to read my book, Truly Betrayal, Truly the Dark Side Netherlands. And it's not a Harry Potter fantasy. It's my autobiography, and I'm real. I'm really real. And the comparison was, it was phenomenal for my friend. Anyway, I hope I can change your mind to inspire you with my YouTube account to go and order my book, read it, and let me know what you think of it. I really want to know. I really want to see reviews, what people think of it. I really want it. So, There was Mocienne Petit Jackson. Thank you for watching my channel, and bye-bye.